Al-Khwarizmi was a brilliant mathematician who lived many centuries ago. He was born in the year 780 in a place called Baghdad, in present-day Iraq. His full name was Muhammad ibn Musa al-Khwarizmi, but most people just call him Al-Khwarizmi. He is famous because he made important discoveries in math, especially in algebra. Baghdad was an important city during Al-Khwarizmi's time. It was known for its libraries, schools, and scholars. People from all over the world came to Baghdad to learn and study. Al-Khwarizmi grew up in this city and became one of its brightest minds. Al-Khwarizmi was curious about everything. From a young age, he loved reading books about different subjects like math, astronomy, and geography. His curiosity helped him learn many things that would later change the world. Al-Khwarizmi worked in a place called the House of Wisdom. It was like a university where the smartest people gathered to study and translate books from different languages. It was here that Al-Khwarizmi learned about mathematics from Greek and Indian scholars. One of Al-Khwarizmi's most famous achievements was his book called Al-Kitab al-Muqtaza fi Hisab al-Jabr wal-Muqabala. This book is where the word algebra comes from. Algebra is a special type of math that helps solve problems by using letters and symbols. Before Al-Khwarizmi, people solved math problems in complicated ways. Algebra made it easier to understand numbers and solve problems. He taught how to balance equations and find unknown numbers, which helped solve real-world problems. The word algebra comes from the Arabic word al-jabr, which means reunion of broken parts. It describes how algebra helps put pieces of a puzzle together to find an answer. This idea of balancing and solving is at the heart of algebra. Al-Khwarizmi used step-by-step methods to teach algebra. His book had many examples and easy explanations. This made it simple for other people to learn and use his ideas, even hundreds of years later. Al-Khwarizmi's book on algebra was so important that it was translated into Latin and other languages. This spread his ideas to Europe and helped make algebra a part of math classes around the world. Algebra was not just about numbers. Al-Khwarizmi showed how it could be used to solve real-world problems, like figuring out the size of land, the amount of goods in trade, or even how to divide inheritance fairly. In addition to algebra, Al-Khwarizmi also worked on arithmetic. He helped spread the use of Hindu-Arabic numerals 0, 1, 2, 3, etc., which replaced the more complicated Roman numerals used in Europe at the time. Al-Khwarizmi introduced the concept of zero in his arithmetic work. Zero might seem simple to us today, but it was a revolutionary idea that made calculations much easier. Al-Khwarizmi's work was translated into Latin, and his name became Algorithmi in Europe. His methods of solving equations and using numbers became the foundation of modern math. The word algorithm, which is used in computer science today, comes from Al-Khwarizmi's name. Algorithms are step-by-step instructions for solving problems, much like the methods Al-Khwarizmi developed for math. Al-Khwarizmi didn't just study math. He also made important contributions to astronomy. He created tables that helped people calculate the positions of the sun, moon, and planets. Al-Khwarizmi improved the astrolabe, a tool that helped sailors navigate by the stars. This was very important for travel and trade, as it allowed people to find their way across the seas. Al-Khwarizmi also wrote about geography. He helped create one of the earliest world maps, which showed different parts of the Earth as they were known at the time. In his book Kitab Surat al-Ard, Al-Khwarizmi described the locations of cities and mountains. This book was one of the earliest attempts to map the known world and helped future explorers. Thanks to Al-Khwarizmi's work, navigation became easier, and people could travel longer distances more accurately. His contributions were used by travelers and explorers for centuries. Al-Khwarizmi's work in math, astronomy, and geography helped shape the way we understand the world today. His ideas laid the groundwork for many future discoveries. Many famous mathematicians, like Leonardo Fibonacci and Isaac Newton, were inspired by Al-Khwarizmi's work. His books continue to be studied for hundreds of years after his death. Today, algebra is taught in schools all over the world. Students learn how to solve equations and find unknown numbers, all thanks to Al-Khwarizmi's pioneering work. Al-Khwarizmi's ideas about step-by-step problem-solving live on in computers today. Every time you use a computer, phone, or video game, you are using algorithms based on his work. Al-Khwarizmi was part of a time called the Golden Age of Islam, when scholars from different lands worked together to translate and improve knowledge. He was one of the most important figures of this time. Al-Khwarizmi wasn't just a mathematician, he was also a teacher, astronomer, and geographer. His wide range of knowledge made him one of the greatest minds of his time. Al-Khwarizmi's work made education more accessible. His clear and simple explanations helped many people understand difficult subjects, and his books became textbooks for future generations. Even though Al-Khwarizmi lived over 1,000 years ago, his ideas are still alive today. We continue to use his work in schools, science, and technology. Al-Khwarizmi's life shows us the power of curiosity and learning. He was always asking questions and trying to solve problems. His curiosity led to discoveries that changed the world. Al-Khwarizmi passed away around the year 850, but his contributions live on. Every time we solve an algebra problem or use a computer, we are building on his incredible legacy. Al-Khwarizmi's work in algebra, geography, and astronomy has shaped our world in ways we still see today. He truly was the father of algebra and a man who changed the world with his brilliant ideas. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content. See you in the next one.